Hey guys, I thought I'd butt in for this one. The reason I'm including Tampa in this video, even though it's technically a work in progress, is because I don't really plan on changing too much with the way the track is laid out. There's only one part of the track where I actually intend on changing something, and I'll point that out here in a second when it comes up. Um, but most of what the track needs to be finished is just bordering. That's just about it. So that's why I included it in this video here. I'll include it again in the video I make on, I think, Friday, so that you can see the finished version of it, because obviously it'll be finished by then. But right now I thought I'd include this just so you can get an idea of it. And the one part I plan on changing is right here. That inside line is just way too powerful, so I'm probably going to switch that up. Other than that, besides like some minor tweaks, everything else that you see of the track is the way the track is going to be. So that's why I included it here, because I figured it would, it would give you a good enough idea if it was a track you wanted to vote for or not. Um, Obviously the lighting's an issue too. Like the reason that this whole rhythm section looks so dark, I don't know, the lighting is just cheesed on that part. And I had to generate lighting in order to film this because I basically had two choices, which was generate lighting and deal with the track being super dark in that spot, or don't generate lighting and deal with having seizures every 2 seconds because the forge lighting is so glitched or whatever. Um, so yeah, when it comes to actual changes to the track, that part I just went through is the only one that's going to have a significant difference. Everything else is just going to be minor tuning, at least as far as I plan on, is going to be minor tuning. Oh, almost hit the strats line that time. But yeah, the whole idea behind this track is just a track with a bunch of different options through rhythm sections, a lot of difficult rhythm sections. I even tried to make the finish line jump in the triple difficult, because that was kind of the idea with this track. I wanted a track where it's got a big skill gap, and on top of that, if you can't clear something, like for example, if you can't clear that triple or you can't clear that finish line jump, there's alternate lines. Like I think I'm gonna take one here. Yeah, do I hit it? I do. And even then, the alternate lines aren't easy too. Like that one actually took a little bit of throttle control there, but if you know how to take it, then you can afford to roll the finish jump and actually have a decent rhythm out of it. So I think it's slower than jumping the finish line jump as it should be, but it's there so that like if you need to roll it and you know how to, you can do it without losing much time. Same thing here with this roll line. Obviously slower than taking the triple, but still an option. So, and obviously going through this rhythm section over here, plenty of options through this one, and I try to show them off all throughout. And I mess it up a few times because obviously, well, for one, when I was recording this, the reason there's no game audio is because I didn't have game audio either. And that rhythm section I think is very hard to get down and get in a rhythm if you don't have game audio, because it just, I don't know what it is. It just feels a little bit nicer when you can hear your goose, and actually like base what you're doing off of the sound of your goose. So it's a little bit difficult without that, but yeah, that rhythm section, really proud of that one. That's uh, easily one of the most skill-based rhythm sections I've made, and you pretty much need to use throttle control all throughout it, whichever line you take. The only one where you really don't have to is if you take the outside, but even then, there's a pretty hard spot in the middle of the outside line where you have to let off in just like the perfect way. So inside's definitely more difficult. Outside's probably a little bit easier, but it's still not easy. And right here, I was trying to show off, messed it up on the end, but I was trying to show off there's even an alternate line when you take the inside. So a lot of different options, a lot of different stuff you can do through that rhythm section, and I think it'll definitely make this race quite interesting. So yeah, so like I said, reason I included this, even though it's not done, um, because the track itself is pretty much relatively going to stay the same. So yeah, if you wanna wait until you see the finished version, even though like I said, the only major difference is going to be that one part with the bridge over the track. That's going to be like the really the only part that's going to have a major difference. I will include this track again on the Friday video that has all the stuff that wasn't ready when I made this video. So like I said, if you want to see that, just remember, check out that Friday video, and then you'll be able to see the full complete version of this, because it will look quite different aesthetically, at least in terms of the way the track actually runs, stuff like that. Probably going to look pretty similar, so don't expect any big differences there. Man, I am screwing up this line so bad. I think I get it this time. But yeah, the line I'm trying to show is there's a way you can there's a way if you screw up the beginning of the inside, there's an alternate line you can run to save it. So let's see if I get it this time here. So basically, like if you over clear the second double, you can kind of like roll that and end up on the outside rhythm. Almost had it there. And it's a little bit more difficult because for the outside rhythm, the reason the outside rhythm works so consistently is because uh, you have so much speed going into it. So like when you let off for that part on the outside, it bounces you in just the perfect way to where there we go to where you can clear it really easily. On the inside, you're strongly encouraged to take that other option because that other option, one, it's faster, a little bit more difficult, but it's definitely faster. And on top of that, it just works out better with the way the inside is designed. I guess you could say it just works out better. So you really want to be taking that inside line normally. But in case you mess it up, there is an alternate line there. I just want to show that off so that you can do that in case you need to. And trying to show off the outside version of it. But as you can see, when you let off on the outside, it's just like the perfect way. So hope you enjoyed that little talkage there. Definitely needed to explain that. So I think that's all I have to say for this video. So bye.